Today I'm so excited because I'm going to share with you how we celebrate the holiday of Purim in our Orthodox Jewish family and how I reset to prepare for Shabbat the next day as a full-time working mom with small kiddos. I will share all my tips and tricks how I prepare these two holidays with the different food we serve, different tablescape, and so much more. And if you like this kind of content, all about how as a busy woman you can still celebrate Shabbat, the holidays, enjoy delicious meals while staying calm and organized, please don't forget to subscribe, as I would love to have you be part of the frumitup family. Let me put on a pretty tichel and let's jump into it. Our Purim celebration starts at nightfall. We go to shul or synagogue and we hear the Megillat Esther, or the book of Esther. The Megillah tells the story of Queen Esther, who saved the Jewish people with the help of God. What is interesting is that the presence of God is hidden in the book of Esther, as the name of God is not mentioned in the Megillah, and it is an ongoing theme in the celebration of Purim, and one of the reasons why we wear costume to conceal our identity like God concealed His presence. The shul is buzzing with women greeting each other with heartfelt Purim sameach, or Happy Purim. Just before the reading of the Megillah, we have the instructions of the rabbi reminding us of the importance to hear every single words of the Megillah to fulfill the first mitzvah of Purim, which is to hear the Megillat Esther. After the blessings, the shul becomes so quiet as the Baal Koreh starts reading the Megillah from a special scroll written on animal skin. The only time anything is heard during the reading of the Megillah is when the name Haman is said. The shul explodes in noise to drown out the name Haman, as it should be erased. After the reading of the Megillah, we go home and break our fast with hot chocolate, herb tea, and croissant. We are all so tired that we go to bed after studying as much as we can the Megillah with some commentaries and saying Shema. After a good night's sleep, we wake up early and the children bring out all their Mishloach manot and we set them all on the table so they are ready to be given. The Mishloach manot are the second mitzvah we fulfill on Purim. We give the Mishloach manot to all the people around us for them to know that we love them and to create an even closer bond between us and to promote unity in the community. The girls prepared the table as we will have our first meal after coming back from synagogue. They put a milk tablecloth with milk dishes as well as flatware, as we have different sets of utensils and plate for meat and milk dishes. Leah loves designing beautiful napkins. She is our resident event planner. She will show you how she makes this amazing and beautiful design. She folds an accordion the napkin almost all the way to the top. Then she folds it in two, with the accordion side outside. Then she folds the upper corner, and then she places her napkin on the plate with the glass behind to create this beautiful napkin design and complete this beautiful tablescape. Once the table is set, we're going again to synagogue to pray, and after the prayer, we listen to the Megillah a second time. The other mitzvah that we'll do for Purim while we are in the synagogue is to give tzedakah, or charity, through matanot la'evyonim and machasit shekel. We give to the poor to fulfill the mitzvah of Purim, of course, but also to give everybody a chance in the community, rich or poor, to be able to rejoice and partake in the mitzvah of Purim, and also for us to reinforce the sense of unity in the community. After the prayer and the Megillah, we go back home and we have our first mishte, which is a big breakfast with croissant, bagels, and these special looking bread with an egg. We call them the Eye of Haman. Naomi loves them, especially the egg inside.
Oh, an egg.
We also have wine at the meal, as it is a great time for joy. After this beautiful meal, we will go and deliver the Mishloach manot. We go to the person's house and give them the Mishloach manot directly. Men give to men and women to women. I feel that when I give the home-baked and cooked Mishloach manot, it is like I'm giving the person who is receiving the Mishloach manot edible love. As I believe my grandmother was right, cooking is love you can taste. When we deliver the Mishloach manot, we wish the recipient Purim sameach, and we give them the Mishloach manot.
Purim sameach, maman.
Once we return home, the boys will study and we will start to prepare the mishte, which is the last mitzvah of Purim. Of course, all the recipes for the mishte will be in the description box below. I quartered some potatoes and I'm going to add some turmeric, some chicken powder. I'm going to add some oil, as well as ground black pepper, some parsley and salt. I mix everything using my favorite tools, my hands, and once every potato wedges are coated, I will spread them on a lined baking sheet lightly oiled, and I will place them on their side to have a beautiful browning. I put them for 10 minutes in an oven preheated at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. While they are baking, I'm going to start the meat. In a bowl, I add 2 egg yolks in my meat, and then I add my breadcrumb, fried onion, salt, pepper, onion, and garlic powder, and once again, I mix everything together. Once the meat is fully combined, I am going to form some meatballs. I take my artichoke bottom and I will stuff them with the meat, making sure to stuff them tightly to avoid for the meat to separate from the artichoke while baking. My girls are not big fans of artichoke, so some of the meatballs will be stuffed and some will be plain. I will put the meatballs in the oven with the potatoes and bake them for 12 minutes. While they are baking, I'm going to put the challah in the warming drawer to have warm challah for the mishte. The girls are setting the table for Purim, and I let my girls use whatever they want in the house to decorate the table. Leah took this piece of fabric from the dollar store, and Naomi decided to add this gold accent. My daughters decided to add even more dimension to the table by adding these placemats. If you remember, we got them during our Purim prep at the dollar store. Then they add the plastic cover, which is a must in our house because otherwise every single tablecloth would be stained. And then they add the charger. My friend Miriam, who's an event planner, told my girls that to have the most royal table, they should add layers upon layers and level upon level. So they added not only the charger, but the main plate, then a secondary plate, and finally they added the flatware. We're taking out the challah board as we are going to eat specially made challah for Purim. The girls are continuing adding napkins that are coordinated to the table. They also add cups, water cups, and wine cups as drinking wine on Purim, and especially for the mishte is a mitzvah. And finally, they add some decoration, the mask that we have bought last week at the dollar store. We're finally ready to eat the mishte, so we do the blessing on the challah.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם המוציא לכם מן הארץ.
Before giving us the piece of challah, my husband will dip the piece of challah in salt before giving it to us. And as a first course for this meal, we are going to eat these salads that were given to us as part of a Mishloach manot. We are also going to enjoy a lot of wine during the mishte. And finally, we will enjoy our beautiful stuffed meatballs and potato wedges as part of the main meal. To conclude the meal, we are going to eat these desserts, and I will share the recipe, especially for this cake, for the upcoming video for Passover, as this cake will be made kosher for Passover. After this scrumptious meal, I will go and clean the kitchen as we are Thursday night and tomorrow is Friday and I have to prepare everything for Shabbat. So a little bit of magic here. The kitchen is clean. I'm going to go to bed and I'll see you tomorrow morning. We are Friday morning, 6 a.m. and I'm starting my dafina. I am finally using the liners that you told me were like magic, and then I cut my potatoes in wedges. I add my meat with, of course, bones. Then I add my bag of wheat kernel, my bag of rice, and then I'm gonna add my chickpeas. Then my spices, some paprika, some garlic, as well as sea salt and cumin. I'm gonna add some oil and some date syrup, and then I'm gonna cover everything with water. Once that the crock pot is filled with water, I'm going to place the lid and then let it cook until we're ready to eat it for Shabbat lunch. For Shabbat dinner, I will add in a bowl paprika, garlic, cumin, curcuma, Italian spices, chili powder, parsley, and salt. Then I will mix everything and I will reserve about half of it to use later. I take 6 chicken thighs and I add some oil. I coat fully the pieces of chicken. Then I add the spice mixture. I make sure every piece is coated with the spices. Then I will place them in a preheated pan where I add 1 tablespoon of oil. I add the chicken pieces and brown them 3 minutes per side, or until they reach this beautiful deep brown color. Once that they are browned, I will remove them and place them on a plate. In the same pan, I will add the rice, the broth, the rest of the spice mixture, and I will give it a good mix, making sure to get all the caramelized spices at the bottom of the pan. Then I'm going to put back the pieces of chicken. Then I cover the pan and let it cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. While it is cooking, I'm going to prepare the fish in a bowl. I'm going to add some lemon juice and some melted vegan butter. I will put my fish in a baking dish, then drizzle the mixture of lemon and vegan butter on the pieces of fish. Then I'm going to add the spices, some dill, garlic, pepper, and salt. Place it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. While the fish is baking, I'm going to start the salads. I'm going to add in a bowl some checked Roman lettuce, some red cabbage, and using this nifty tool, I'm going to make shredded carrots on the spot. I am going to add some mandarin wedges because it gives a beautiful zing to this salad. I will cover it and add the sauce on top, then mix it only when I'm ready to serve them on Shabbat. I'm going to add the broccoli florets that were thawed. I am going to add as well some cranberries, shredded carrots for some color. In the middle, I'm going to put a bowl with slivered almonds. Then I'm going to serve it with the sauce on Shabbat. The next salad is one of my favorite ones. Using a mixture of pitted olives and garlic as well as red pepper, I simply put it in the food processor and I have the easiest bruschetta ever. Simply add a bit of oil and voila. I have leftovers dips from the Mishloach manot, so I'm going to use them as well. The chicken and the fish are ready, and while they're cooling down, I am going to go and prepare to go to work, and Naomi wanted to set the table alone and show you how she's also able to make a pretty table with lovely napkins. After setting a basic table, she will fold her napkin. First, she will fold the corners towards the middle. Then she will flip the napkin and fold the corners again. She pulls the bottom part outside, and once that she is done, she has that beautiful flower. She wanted to make a tablescape in honor of spring that is knocking on her door, finally, so she added a plate on top to create like a nest. She added the glass on top. Then she added some arts and crafts she did on the table with salt next to it. She added the kiddush cup and the siddur, and she told me her design was complete. I am so proud of her and I think it looks fabulous. What do you think? Of course, if you want to see my full Friday before and after work routine, please watch this video next. And if you are here until the end, please write in the comments. I love Tablescape, so I know I was not alone. Thank you for being here. It means the world to me. And know that in my book, you are beautiful inside and out. If nobody told you today, know that you are loved and you are enough just the way you are. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and don't forget to frum it up.